Okay. Well, just wanted to say that was a great game of Final Synapse, and I don't know if you can see me, but you probably can. I got the camera set up here, and I was going to show you my setup that I'm doing to turn apples into apple juice. And I'm going to make a couple videos and send them to you, and you can see this is the hardest way to do it, but we have you can see many apples available because my mom has 5 apple trees. So this amount of apples here will make about 4 gallons of apple juice, and I'm running out of apples, so I'm just going to do a smaller. I usually do 5 gallons at a time, but 4 gallons is enough, so I'm going to have to start juicing here, and it's a kind of long process. But first off, I just want to tell you about this chemical here that I use, and it's a it's sort of a sterilizer. It knocks out bacteria, and it knocks out wild yeast that's always on the fruit, and it's called potassium metabisulfite, and they use it in wine. Like if you ever read the back of a wine label, it says contains sulfites. Well, that's this stuff, and it's very strong. It doesn't take much. 5 gallons maybe takes 10 grams or something, not very much, a little powder. And I'll write you more about this process, but I use this to sanitize the outside of the apples in this bucket here, and I use this to cut the apples into slices and remove the cores. The cores go into this bucket, and then finally the apple slices, they go in this stainless steel pot here, and it's been cleaned out very thoroughly and sanitized, and I'm throwing the raw apples in there, and there is some of that potassium metabisulfite in this water solution as well, so the apples will be soaking in it. I'll also put some in the juice after I make the juice, and I'll tell you about how potassium metabisulfite evaporates over time, and so it no longer stays in the juice when it's fermented. Anyway, here goes. I'm going to cut a couple apples. I always keep the lid on this stuff because it tends to get contaminated by moisture, and it also evaporates and loses its potency. It kind of stinks too. It smells like sulfur a bit at first. So basically I take an apple, and all of these apples were they're good apples, and I crunch it like this, and see, this one is rotten in the center. So what I do then is I pull out the good parts here. I throw away the bad stuff. See, these apples are kind of old, so then the good parts go in here. I usually have a knife. I just don't have my knife with me right now, so I just break them. So yeah. Anyway, this wasn't the best first apple to show you. So they go in the pot. It goes in the pot. This goes in the slop bucket. Next apple. See, I only have to do this about 1,000 times tonight. Yeah, these apples are a little old. Let me go get a knife real quick. Big knife. Okay, big knife. So maybe I won't use all these apples. They've been sitting around for a while. But I like to, if I don't want to use apples that I wouldn't eat. So that's all I'm doing, is just cutting out the brown spots. Some of these, this other basket here, those are all good ones, so we'll see. Let's try this one. Yeah, this is better. So I'm just going to have to deal with, there's the core, there's the slices. That's a seed. Goes in the bucket. Okay, next.